Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, good morning, everyone. Welcome to sunny Las Vegas.
We wish.
That's where Jason is.
Yeah. Sin City, baby.
We didn't move the set, don't worry. Welcome to the Jason Show. The big joke is that, of course, that's where Jason is right now, celebrating his husband Colin's birthday. We miss you. I kind of wish I was in the sun right now. But for now, back by popular demand. Popular. I kind of mean like a puck joke because you're a sports guy.
Popular demand. Thanks so much for having me back. I, too, wish I was in sunny Las Vegas. It's my kind of town. Not going to expand on this too much, but I might have lost a bet last night even. How about that? Now, I'll leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that mystery, everyone.
Yeah.
You do your homework,
yes,
right?
Yes.
You're kind of busy this weekend, though, right?
It's going to be a busy day for me today. If you're watching us here in the Twin Cities, get used to seeing me a lot today. I don't know whether to apologize or to say you're welcome, but it's going to be a lot of me on this TV station today, and I'm going to be doing it on very little sleep, and it's all for you.
It's all for you, and for the Final Four, for those of you who are like, what are you two talking about right now? Final Four, the women's tournament is here in the Twin Cities.
Right.
Pierre, sports guy, we alluded to that. We'll be there all weekend. Okay, there's an event happening at the convention center, correct?
Correct.
Where anyone can go for free and shoot some hoops.
Yeah.
Have you been there?
I haven't been there yet. No, my attention has been more on the teams, but yes, there's a lot of
you've been busy focusing on your job?
My job is to concentrate on the teams that are in this room. We've got 2 games happening tonight here in town. So, but yeah, there's a lot of fan interaction stuff that's going on downtown, and the NCAA does a great job. We had the men's Final Four here a few years ago. They did a great job with that. They're doing just as good of a job here with the women's tournament. If you're a fan, go down there, check it out. It's got a lot of fun stuff for you.
You've alluded to this.
Yeah.
He might be a betting man. Now, we are not betting on this, but predictions. We'll call it predictions for the games tonight.
I know that everybody is going to pick South Carolina to not just win tonight, but perhaps win the whole thing. They have been the preseason #1. They finished the regular season as the AP Top 25 #1 team. So I know everybody wants to say UConn because Paige Beckers is back home, but I have to go with the favorite here, and I think South Carolina is going to just get past Louisville tonight, and then South Carolina wins tomorrow. I don't know if they'll play UConn, Stanford. I'm not ready to make that prediction yet.
He's not laying a bet, people.
No. Kids don't gamble, ever.
Can we write this down in history?
Do not gamble.
Yeah, do not gamble,
No.
1. 2, sports, opening the Jason Show.
That's right. How about that?
I can hear Jason crying from Las Vegas. No, he's not. He's definitely not crying. He's definitely having a great time.
Yeah.
Well, shall we get started?
Let's do it. I can't wait.
Time for the hot dish, everybody. Serve it up, Steve.
No spoon?
No, well, I mean, it's bigger than our heads.
Gotcha,
I mean, you got to use your hands.
I got a spoon last time.
Okay, this is good. This is juicy for people of a certain generation. Back in the day, Abercrombie & Fitch was the hottest thing in fashion.
Yes, it was.
But then it pretty much just like fluttered away, and everyone went, why? Well, Netflix dropped the trailer for a new doc about the store's rise and fall.
You know that you're getting close
when you're hit with the smell of Abercrombie.
The nightclub beats and bare-chested guys.
It was such a pop culture phenomenon. It was an all-American look, and I considered myself an all-American girl.
Oh, make me over.
Abercrombie & Fitch said, we go after the cool kids. If they didn't look a certain way, they didn't belong in our clothing. Are we exclusionary? Absolutely.
As a manager, you have to recruit good-looking people, and this is what good-looking is.
Young, thin, and white.
Abercrombie rooted themselves in discrimination at every single level. There's a reason people liked that brand. Exclusion is part of our society.
Man, oh man.
Okay, when I say of a certain generation, I mean this was the store you shopped at. If you are someone in your 30s, I'm guessing in general, this is the place where like they're saying, you thought at least the cool kids went. The music was loud. The cologne was overpowering through the whole mall. My mother would not let me shop there because they didn't have a sales rack, A.
Right.
And B, she thought it smelled way too excessively like teenage boy. And 3, you kind of find out in this, a lot of her takes on what she thought it was just a gross label were probably true. Did you shop at Abercrombie? Were you a male model at Abercrombie?
I'm neither going to confirm nor deny, but I do remember the one thing I remember. I don't remember if I shopped there often or if at all, but I remember when you're a teenager, the only place you can go to hang out with your friends is the mall, pretty much. So you go hang out at the mall, and every time you walk by Abercrombie and Fitch, like it was packed, the music was going, it felt like there was a party in there, and I wasn't sure if I was invited or not. So poke my head in, can I be here? I don't know. Like, so I remember it fondly. Yeah. I don't know about fondly, but yes, I do remember it.
I remember posing for photos with the shirtless boys that they just pictured there. I remember that fondly, being like, hello. So this is my take on Abercrombie and Fitch, right? Like I said, Mom was not into it.
Okay.
Watching this, they talk about how they recruited people. You just saw that in that little clip.
Right.
People coming in the store.
It seems like she had good instincts after watching that trailer.
Okay, not joking. This didn't happen once, not twice, but like 3 or 4 times. I went into an Abercrombie back in the day when, you know, you're like freshman in high school.
Yeah.
With a couple friends.
Okay.
Every time this happened, hi, nice to meet you. Hi, nice to meet you. Skip me. Hi, nice to meet you. You should definitely apply to be in the store. You guys would be perfect for, and I was always just the girl in the middle, like.
Wow, you got dissed.
It happened multiple times.
So it wasn't just you. It's
mean
not like one of those instances where you walk in and you're like, is it just me, or is it just going on?
It was
like,
just me. I was like,
Abercrombie decided it was just you, perhaps.
I was not the mold, and I mean this now. I think it's because I wasn't like a super thin person,
right.
You know. So it was just I didn't fit the box that they wanted. Fascinating. This looks really good, especially now because Abercrombie has sort of rebranded itself. It's now cool again, but you don't know it's Abercrombie. There's no label on any of the clothes. They've definitely tried to expand their horizons and who their models are. I don't know. Should be pretty good. I
did have abs like that, though, back in the day, so I should have been asked to be a model for them, but unfortunately, they bypassed me as well.
Washboard abs over here, people.
Yeah, right here.
That's right.
100%. That's what I'm known for.
Yep.
Next in the dish, get your peaches ready. The Real Housewives of Atlanta are back with some new faces and a returning face I can't wait for. You heard it right. The first trailer for season 14 of the show dropped today. Take a look.
Oh, I made it. Fabulous is my middle name. Marlo Fabulous Hampton.
Now I'm a nephew's doing.
They miss their mom. What is she facing if she goes to trial? Oh, no. Am I raising them right?
She by Sheree's coming, honey. You're gonna see Tyrone.
A really large penitentiary.
And you just happen to run into her.
When the guys come home, they just all over the woman.
He hasn't shown up yet. What does it mean when you call someone, it ring and then it go busy?
This season features the return of original housewife Sheree, along with new housewives Marlo Hampton and Olympic medalist Sonia Richards-Ross, who I have interviewed in the past. She is a delightful woman. Big fan of Sonia Richards-Ross. The show premieres May 1st. I love Sonia Richards. She's fantastic.
Okay.
Great Olympian.
Okay, my favorite part of this whole thing was when we were watching that clip. Pierre looked at executive producer Jeff and said, "Which is the one I'm excited to see?"
Right,
again?
that's right. Yeah, that did happen. That's very true.
Script is definitely written for Jason.
But to be fair, in our pre-show meeting when we were discussing this very topic, I named 2 housewives of Atlanta who were on the previous show.
I was going to say they're not even there anymore.
I really only named one. I couldn't remember the name of the other one, Jeff. Well, who was the one that married the Falcons player?
Kim.
Yeah.
And who else did you remember?
Nene. I know Nene. But like Nene's like a global star. Nene's like here. Everybody else is like right here down in Atlanta.
Oh, you tell Sheree that. She by Sheree.
If I walked by Sheree on the street, wouldn't know who she was at all.
Who's going to check me?
Yeah.
You know that line? Who's going to check me, boo? You?
Well, yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Nobody.
she's so good. I'm excited for this season. I haven't watched Housewives in a while.
All right.
I watched this trailer, saw the new ladies were.
Okay.
You don't even have to know what's going on, but the amount of like that goes back and forth between these women, the drama is real.
You know, I've never been to Atlanta before, and I'm starting to think if I can't keep up. I can't keep up in a city like that. There's too much action going on. It's like sticking my hand in a bear trap. You know, just clamp. If you're too slow?
Too hot for hot
No,
Atlanta?
no, I don't. No, not hot enough. I don't think. Yeah.
I guess. Sorry.
Yeah.
Hey, you can catch it. Sheree, Pierre's favorite.
Got
is
it.
back.
Sheree.
Don't worry.
Can't wait to meet her.
Next in the dish, we have a new camera angle. Oh gosh. Okay.
Oh boy.
I know we said, Jason said we would not talk about this story ever
Jason's
again
not
on this
here,
show, but we've talked about it every day this week because it just keeps coming up. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. It's the slap from the Oscars. This one shows Jada Pinkett Smith laughing after Will slaps Chris Rock. Now, check this out. You can see it here. At least it looks like she might be laughing. She kind of leans forward, so you see him walk back. Chris Rock acknowledges that he just got slapped, and she kind of leans forward and looks like she's giggling. That's at least how a lot of folks online are reading it. So new day, new angle, new conversation about this. We just wanted to bring it to your attention that there is a new angle with all this. A lot has been said. I don't need to add any more to it at this point. I feel like. Do you have anything you would like to add to it?
Well, just based on that video alone, it's always hard. I don't like to take, and that's the problem with social media. There's one clip of one thing from one angle, and then everybody's supposed to assume something from that when we don't have all the angles and all the information.
We weren't there.
Yeah, so I don't want to assume that Jada laughed. I don't know if she did. Maybe she did, but I don't know if she did, so I don't know anything about it. But the only thing I would say is I didn't actually see. I wasn't watching the Oscars live.
You saw it the next day. Like
I saw when it was happening. I got a text saying, "Did you just see that?" And I said, so I went to Twitter immediately, and it turned out to be the greatest night of Twitter content I have ever seen in my entire life. It was incredible.
It's true. It's true. The memes are there. I would agree that you can say, oh, she was laughing. You could also say, well, how was she laughing? Was she more just kind of shocked? Was she actually laughing? Was she just sighing?
Right.
No one knows. Nobody knows, to your point.
I was on the it's staged bandwagon at first, but then I asked myself, well, what would Will Smith have to gain from this?
Do you
Nothing
have an
good.
aluminum hat in your closet?
Well, that's my business is my business. I don't think you stay out of my personal business, Kendall.
Well, lucky for you all, his business is now our business today. And we'll have more on that story coming up from TMZ in just a couple minutes. So stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Still ahead, Meredith Vieira joins us to talk about her game show, 25 Words or Less, and how you can get involved and win some money. Plus, it's never too early to start thinking about the fair. And the folks from Midwest Dairy will join us with some new flavors. And then, a mega church exposed? I'll recap a new documentary about a widely popular church. Grab some more coffee and maybe a Tic Tac. The Jason Show will be right back.
Welcome back on your Friday. Yay, everybody. Jason's out. That means you get Kendall and Pierre. You're welcome.
Good to be back.
And on Fridays, you get a special serving of hot dish all the way from Hollywood. Please give it up for Jacob from TMZ. Good morning, Jacob.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Going great, Jacob. Thanks for joining us this morning. I mean, the Oscars, they asked Will Smith to leave following the slap, they say, but that might not be the case. What are you hearing on that?
No, and honestly, it's just crazy. Who would have thought that even after the Will Smith slap, there would be this whole new situation, and we are getting some good intel on this. So sources are telling us that after the Oscars announced that they told Will Smith to leave after he slapped Chris Rock on Sunday night, he refused, we're being told that was not the case. So our sources are saying to us that basically after this slap, producers huddled up backstage and were contemplating whether or not they should have Will Smith gone from the Oscars. Will Smith's team was aware of this, and they were kind of thinking, hey, we have the best actor award coming up soon. Mm-hmm. Should we leave? Should we stay? And they knew that the producers were backstage meeting about this, and ultimately, one of the producers came up to Will Smith 5 minutes before the Best Actor Award and said, you do not have to leave. Now, this morning, Todd Packer, who's one of the producers of the Oscar Awards, went on Good Morning America And he said that Chris Rock did not want Will Smith to leave the Oscars. We're being told by our sources that is not true. Chris Rock did not say that he didn't want Will Smith to leave. He just said that he didn't want to press charges against him, and he himself wanted to just leave the Oscars. So it's a very convoluted situation. I'm sure we're going to be learning about it more in the coming days.
Yeah, convoluted indeed. All right, Todrick Hall is in some trouble after claiming he bought his dream home. Then what happened?
This story is crazy. So Todrick Hall, who some of you might remember from Celebrity Big Brother, back in 2021, he made a YouTube video, which a lot of people do. A lot of people have YouTube channels. They make videos where after they buy a new home, they say, check out my dream house. It has a pool. It has all these amenities. So Todrick Hall did that. And he's been staying at this home in Sherman Oaks, which is right outside Los Angeles. This is the video right here. And but what's crazy now is he's getting sued by the landlord because he owes the landlord $60,000. Apparently, this place costs $30K a month to rent, and Todrick right now is $60K in the hole. So I guess, you know, he was celebrating a little too early because he owes this guy money, allegedly.
Yeah. Wow. Oh my goodness.
Dream big.
Wow, finally a big moment for one of the all-time great bands, the Red Hot Chili Peppers in Hollywood. What happened?
So yesterday, the Red Hot Chili Peppers were honored on Hollywood Boulevard by getting their own Star of Fame on the Walk of Fame. This is something that we all know tons of stars get, but I don't know if it's been happening like this anytime recent. We had one of our field reporters there who said they had not seen Hollywood Boulevard like this in their entire life. That is saying a lot. These streets were absolutely flooded. You should check out the gallery we have on TMZ.com where you could see the crowds of this, people swarming around. There you see Anthony Kiedis flee all of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and boom, there's Woody Harrelson. There were other stars pouring out too, including the USC marching band. It was a whole fiasco. It looked like a ton of fun, and I mean, who just doesn't love the Chili Peppers?
Nobody can do it like a rock band, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Jacob, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Enjoy your weekend.
Thanks, you too.
You can catch all these stories and more at TMZ.com.
Next in the dish, Judd Apatow was on with Fallon last night, and that's our late night rewind.
I heard a rumor, and I don't know if it's true, but I hope it is, that you're doing a sequel to This Is 40.
Yes.
Called This Is 50.
Yes.
With
Do you want it?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get a feel for the room.
Yeah, I want it. I would love to do it. Is it possible? Is it real?
I mean, I'm working on it. I have one big problem, is that Paul Rudd and Leslie don't age.
They actually look great.
It's 10 years later, they look exactly the same. And I think it would annoy people,
They
right?
get mad. They go, that's not what 50 looks like.
Yeah, I mean, I could call it like This Is 42. And you know what the worst part about being friends with Paul Rudd as the guy who doesn't age?
Yeah.
Is I age. So every picture with him, like I have pictures with him for the last like 20 years, and he just doesn't change, and I'm slowly falling apart.
Yeah, no, you look great. You look, here's you.
Here's us 10 years ago. This is 10 years ago.
It's you and Paul Rudd 10 years ago.
Okay, he looks exactly the same right now.
He looks exactly the same.
I look like his dad.
I mean, Paul Rudd does have those good genetics, I guess. I mean, he does look the same.
He really does.
He really does.
Mm-hmm.
Judd has a new book out called Sicker in the Head, and a new movie, The Bubble.
The Bubble, which, by the way, looks pretty funny.
Yeah,
I did see
well,
they showed a little clip of that at the end of that interview. So.
If it's Judd, you know it's going to be funny.
That's true. He's pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, our next guest is a 15-time Emmy Award-winning host, executive producer, and anchor, and hosts the syndicated show 25 Words or Less. Here's a clip if you haven't seen it.
Remember, you can always pass on a word and come back to it. Get ready. Don't suck. 17 words, 45 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now.
Gallery.
All together now. All together. Matt doesn't suck. Matt doesn't suck. Matt doesn't suck. Matt doesn't suck. Matt doesn't suck.
Leading the cheers and joining us now, welcome back Meredith Vieira. Good morning, Meredith.
Hey, Matt Eisman is one of our best celebrities. He's such a good player. I was just giving him a hard time, which I love to do. By the way, before we start, guess what I just started watching this morning?
What's
The
that?
Bubble, or whatever it is, the Judd Apatow. I was just went onto Netflix. I said, "Oh, this looks good. It's great."
Really?
We just talked about it.
it's really funny.
Can't wait to see it. I know I'm a big Judd Apatow fan. I can't wait to see it. So if Meredith says, it's great, well, then I'm watching it. Absolutely.
Well, tell us about the show. You're currently shooting season 4. People have really, really taken to it.
Yeah, I'm still in my basement, beginning of season 2 because of the pandemic. They let me up occasionally, but they kept me in New York. Everybody else is in pods in LA, and probably, I hope, when we start season 5, knock on wood, that we'll all be together in LA. But for now, this has worked extremely well. And in an odd way, the pandemic helped us because people were home and they were looking for different kinds of entertainment and diversion, and they found our show. So we have so many people who've said that that's how they came to know it, and then they stuck with it. So we're very grateful for them. And now we're holding a contest, another way of saying thank you. If you go to our website, 25words.com/contest, we give you 5 answers, and you come up with the clue words. And the best clue words will be celebrated by giving you $1,000. So some people at home will make $1,000 if they're clever in their clue words.
$1,000. That certainly would be a welcome sight for a lot of people, especially if you're using your car these days.
Right.
That would certainly be helpful.
That'll fill it up once.
Yeah, I think that sounds about
should
right.
help.
Meredith, you mentioned the contest. The fan support for this show, it seems to be growing more and more. What kind of feedback are you hearing from the fans?
Just very similar feedback that they discovered the show in the past couple of years, if they didn't know it already, and they love to play along. It's one of those shows that our fans literally scream at the TV because they're coming up with clue words themselves, and they're either really supportive of the contestants or kind of like, oh, geez, why didn't you think of that? But it's very interactive, and it's fun. It's just at a time when there's a lot of negativity and a lot of things to be stressed about, our show is half an hour of just pure delight. And that's how we see it. We describe it as a comedy show disguised as a game show.
Well, I love that. You said this, that hopefully, maybe someday you'll all be together when you're actually playing this game show. How do you think that will affect the interaction with you, with the contestants not being in your basement,
Well, I don't think it'll really affect the game because once they're in game mode, it gets really serious. They're so focused, especially the celebrities. You think it would just be the contestants, but the celebrities themselves, they really want their team to win. And they take it seriously. They don't just come in here and, whatever happens, happens. They're very intense about it. So I don't think the gameplay will change, but it'll be nice to see these folks again. In person. I haven't had that experience in a while.
Right.
And I look forward to driving up to a studio lot. Maybe I'm acting like I'm 20 years old, but I still get a thrill out of that. Our first season, we were on the same lot as the original I Love Lucy.
Oh,
and there's something about that was just, I had to pitch myself every day, like, wow, I'm really in Hollywood,
Right.
Meredith, I warned our producers that I was going to do this, and now it's my turn to hijack this because my dream to this day is to be a game show host. How does one get to become a game show host in the future?
I couldn't tell you. When I hosted the syndicated version of Millionaire for 11 years, and I got a call from Michael Davies, the executive producer at the time, who said, we'd love you to do this. Regis had decided he didn't want to. And that was it. I said, well, I've never done that. And he said, I think you'd be good. I thought, okay. And then this one, Stephen Brown, was looking at me and wondering, what are you going to do? Any ideas? And offered me this. So, hey, I don't have advice. Just hang outside executives' offices.
Yeah, you said Michael Davies, Stephen Brown. Okay, I'm going to be looking them up on Facebook. I'm sure there's only one of them each at some point.
I think Michael Davies is now doing Jeopardy, if I'm not mistaken. I think he is executive producer right now for Jeopardy. He's incredibly talented, as is Stephen Brown. They're both great guys, too.
Yeah, he was just here in Minneapolis, and he was wonderful, so you missed out.
Yeah.
Sorry, Pierre.
Yeah, just don't go after my job, buddy boy.
No,
I know how this works.
You are a broadcasting legend. I would never.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm watching you like a hawk.
What is she doing? Where's she going?
Meredith, thank you so much. 25, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. 25 words or less airs on Fox 9 Plus. Enter at 25words.com/contest. contest. You want to win that money. You heard her say it, $1,000.
It sounds easy enough, folks. Just head on over there. All right, it's time to meet today's JVIP. Today's winner is Darcy Edwards. Congratulations. Darcy says, Jason knows how it feels to be bullied like me. He speaks from the heart. I love his guests. I love to watch him try something new that he can't do. It's so funny. Darcy and I have it in common. I also love watching Jason fail epically at things that he can't do. Darcy gets a Jason Show mug, and she's entered to win the monthly grand prize. That includes coming to the studio to watch the show, a $150 accessories gift card to Becker Furniture World, and a $200 gift card to Woodhouse Spa. Congratulations, Darcy. We'll be right back. She was watching it. Meredith's like, don't take my job.
I'm not gunning for her job. Don't worry. Just maybe later.
Oh, everybody likes a demo table with food on it, right, Pierre?
Or, you know, I don't know how I'm going to be able to keep myself from just lunging at this stuff right here.
I already had to slap his hand down like 3 times.
Yeah,
I was like, get up. Hey, welcome back. The State Fair is inching closer, and once again, the Flavor of the Fair contest, it's back.
Please welcome from Midwest Dairy, Liz Styrus. Liz, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for letting me bring all of these delicious flavors for you to try.
You are welcome back every single day of the week as far as I'm concerned, that's for sure.
As far as we know, you can be here every single day. We've talked to people.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay, so people who maybe have never heard of this, maybe are new to town, or some of our folks that are over in Seattle area, what exactly is the Midwest Dairy, and why are we trying ice cream today?
We're trying ice cream today because for the Minnesota State Fair and the Dairy Goodness Bar, we have public voting. This is our 6th year of having public voting where people pick from 3 finalists, and the winner is exclusively available at the Dairy Goodness Bar at the Dairy Building. And these ideas for drinks come from our ice cream enthusiasts. So they are suggested at the fair. So these were suggestions we got a few years back when there was a state fair last time. And these came from people, like just normal.
So people just walk up to your booth.
Yes.
They not only try out the flavor of the year, but then they can write in what they think next year should be?
Yes.
Wow.
Pierre.
Yes.
I'm going to be, no, I would be too busy eating.
We didn't know this existed.
It's crowdsourced, basically. So that's where the public voting comes in as well, so that we're listening to the voice of the people.
Right.
And we have some really interesting flavors this year, very delicious.
We have to get to them because I know Pierre's actually like starting to
well, before we get to them, I do, you mentioned that, the public gets to vote. They have until the 15th, April 15th?
April 15th, and they can vote once a day.
Okay.
So set a reminder on your phone once a day, get up and vote.
For your favorite.
Yes.
Absolutely. And okay, now we got to get to what we've got here, okay? Because I'm looking at this, I keep thinking to myself, oh, I love cinnamon. Oh, I love key lime pie. Oh, I love cookie. Wait, how am I supposed to pick? What's in front of us here, Liz?
So this one is the chocolate cookie crumble, and this is our first selection that has a chocolate ice cream base.
Bring it over here.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know that's incredible. We also have sandwich cookie crumbles on top and chocolate drizzle. So this is chocolate lover's dream. Can't have any more chocolate than this.
Do I get to dive into this already?
You get to dive in because one of us needs to talk, and I'm very aware that
much better that's you than me. That's for sure.
So Pierre is going in. I'm going to do a play-by-play like this is sports. Pierre's going in. He did the big scoop, took an extra chunk of cookie in that bite, slowly digesting the flavor. Again, can you go over with me, Liz, what exactly flavor profiles Pierre might be tasting right now?
Heaven.
Chocolate with a little bit of chocolate with more chocolate.
Chocolate with more chocolate and more chocolate. Pierre, okay, I need
keep
you to
talking.
Okay, well, I guess Pierre likes that one.
Oh my God.
We'll move on to the next flavor while he eats. Next, we have key lime crumble.
Yes. Now this is going to have a key lime flavor and.
Did you want me to test that one too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
good.
you got to.
Okay.
Now I got to clean the spoon first.
Okay. We have new spoons, but go ahead.
Hold on. Oh,
so what's in this one, Liz?
So it's lime flavor with vanilla ice cream and graham cracker crunch. So that's going to be a nice tart, fresh flavor. Nice
Probably really nice in the summer, right?
Yes, it'll be a very good.
How am I supposed to pick? These are amazing.
Again, can you give us a flavor profile? Have you digested enough?
Yeah.
Is it tart? Is it sweet? Give me
actually,
that.
don't really taste too much of the tart, and I actually love a good key lime pie. Have you ever been to Joe's down on South Beach? Best key lime pie I've ever had. But this is delicious. I don't really taste the tart too much. I actually think it's really, really good.
Just really refreshing.
You want some after I'm done?
Here, okay. All right. Finally, this is the one I really wanted to try. There's a trick to it before we get to that. This is the cinnamon latte.
Yes.
But cinnamon. Min from Minnesota.
Yes, yes. So
what you guys did
that's
there.
gonna have. Yeah, I did see that.
Pardon my language. I'm
So
just
this
gonna
one
take
has
this.
cinnamon
Sure.
and espresso
Oh, that one too,
powder,
okay.
so it's a nice coffee drink.
Okay.
If that's what you're looking for.
Stir it up. That's the trick.
Yeah.
Oh,
Before
really?
you go
Okay.
in for
All right,
it.
okay.
Right? Sorry, I gave away the trick. I didn't want to see cinnamon all up in his grill, you know?
Oh,
That's
I
true.
wanted to though.
This powder, I
just
probably
true.
would have choked. Probably would have choked live on the air. So Kendall, thank you for saving me. I got it. Hold on. Let's
This one sounds really interesting to me. I'm a big cinnamon fan, but cinnamon and espresso. So I've added cinnamon to my lattes before. So
That's
it
good.
sounds like it would be pretty good.
You know, I'm not really a big coffee drinker, but I do love cinnamon. This one's actually very delicious as well. I like this one too. How am I supposed to pick?
I don't know.
I think that's going to be a struggle for a lot of people. These are all really good options, but just picture yourself in August, or August 25th to the September 5th when the state fair is running. Picture yourself walking,
Eating.
around eating. How does it feel?
Would it be right to say this one might be the chocolate would be sweetest?
Yes.
This one probably key lime probably most refreshing.
Yes.
Cinnamon probably the most adult. I don't know. What would you
Adult
say?
Sure.
in an okay way? Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What were your thoughts on my assessment of how you were eating that?
I thought you were very accurate.
Do you have a favorite?
I do have a favorite. It's the chocolate. It's this one. It's the cookie one. This is the winner. That you got to have some of that.
Okay,
It's
Pierre.
so good.
I need to pick my favorite.
Okay.
So now go over once again with Liz how you get people
okay.
to vote.
I got it. Okay.
You have to stop
I
eating.
gotta talk. Okay, fine. Fair enough. Liz, how do people vote if they want to vote? You mentioned they can vote once a day.
Once a day.
How can they vote?
At midwestdairy.com/MNFair.
There you have it.
Yep.
There you have it, folks.
Okay.
Can't wait for the Minnesota State Fair to
Hold
get here
on.
so we can find. Okay, all right, real quick, because I'm getting the stink eye from Jeff over there that we need to.
Oh, I thought the
Yeah.
cinnamon would be my favorite.
Key lime pie is very good.
Key lime, when like you said, if you're thinking summer, this one is definitely the most refreshing.
You got to try the chocolate.
You can vote yourself though.
You got to try the chocolate.
That is again midwestdairy.com/MNFair. Liz, thank you so much for
Thanks,
bringing
Liz.
these to us and providing us with our brunch today.
Yes. Oh, this whole thing will be gone by the time we come back from break. I promise you.
We'll be right back, everybody. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you busy?
Welcome back, everybody. Give me 1 second, really quick. No, wait,
Fine, we're all just waiting.
Yeah, okay.
Patiently while you
Right, last
eat.
bite. I promise.
Okay. If you need
All right.
something to watch this weekend besides college basketball, I have a new show.
You do.
Did you swallow your food
I was
yet?
supposed to read that part, but I was too busy eating this because it's still so good.
I'm going to keep going so he can keep reading. It's called Hillsong, a mega church exposed, and it's so good. Now, before I chat about it, here's a clip from the trailer.
Have you ever heard of Hillsong Church?
Hillsong is the celebrity church, right?
Bieber, Bono, Vanessa Hudgens, Kevin Durant.
It wasn't just this Australian startup anymore. It was Justin Bieber's church. They've had over 3 billion views on YouTube.
Hillsong changed the way that many of us saw how church could be done.
They're huge now. They're huge.
You can make a real change if you come to Hillsong.
This was going to be a place where I could call my home. But that clearly wasn't the case, and it almost took my life.
Now, that ain't a trailer, right? Okay, so Hillsong Church, many of you may have no idea what it is, and some of you might have an inkling of an idea, but this documentary does a really good job of explaining what this is right off the bat. I was slightly familiar with it just because of the Justin Bieber reference that they reference right in that trailer.
Right.
But also, sort of unaware of this, Hillsong originated in Australia, was just a singular church that expanded there, and then globally was reached millions because of their music. If you've ever, full disclosure, I am a Christian. I've gone to church. I've listened and sang many of the songs that at the time I had no idea all sort of came from this one space. So The reason that's important is because the way that they get people very interested in attending their churches is because it's sort of seen as an evangelical church that isn't just about miracles or people fainting, what you would normally associate with that.
Yeah.
It's more about the feeling that you get. You see a lot of these interviewees don't look like your typical, and it just is what people might think of as, oh, that's a church-going lady in a nice crisp suit. Because they get a lot of people to come because their pastors seem very approachable. They're kind of new age and funky. They wear cool clothes. They hang out with celebrities like Justin Bieber, and their music is a massive part of the church. The way that you feel with everyone. You're at a concert, basically.
It looks,
the whole service.
Looking, because I wasn't too familiar with this, but you're looking at just the trailer. It kind of reminded me of the documentary that we saw on Scientology. Not saying anything about that. Please don't sue us. But it reminded me of that a little bit.
Yes.
But yeah, I actually don't know very much about this at all. And I didn't even know that Justin Bieber was associated. Is he still associated with it?
That's the thing. We don't entirely know. So this documentary goes in and explains what Hillsong is, and then it gets into the nitpick of it. You're kind of like, oh, well, this sounds fine. They just make a big church.
Right.
Then you learn a little bit about the founder, the family that founded it, specifically Brian Houston, who until very recently ran the mega church, and this guy named Carl, and of course, I can't remember his last name. It's Lentz. I was going to say Levin. Carl Lentz. He's the main pastor that you saw in that image with Justin Bieber. He sort of ran a bunch of the churches over on the East Coast. He became a celebrity, really. I mean, Kevin Durant went to the church, Justin Bieber, Selena Gomez. They all went there and attended because people loved Carl Lentz.
Got it.
You learn a little bit more and more about him, and you start going, this guy seems very different than your average pastor. Then you find a woman at the end of the first episode, and all you see is this woman sort of sitting there with her head down, and you hear Carl Lentz talking, and it's obviously he's sent a message to this woman, and it's highly inappropriate for a pastor who is married to be sending to a member of the congregation. And that is just the start of the whole thing.
I haven't even watched a single moment of this, and I'm already enthralled and blown away. But like judging from some of the people in that documentary, I mean, this is some crazy stuff.
Right, and it's way bigger than that. That's just one thing that sort of first garnered a lot of attention for what's going on here.
Right.
But then you find about a lot of the money involved with being with the church.
Yeah.
And then you find out where are the tithings going, who's making the money, and it's an empire that maybe isn't about religion anymore. It's really good. It's fascinating. I loved it. Executive producer Jeff really liked it.
Right.
It's kind of for anyone if you're looking for something to watch.
I mean, I got to tell you, I found my salvation in this ice cream right here today. That's
he is
that is
seeing the light, people.
Sure.
He is seeing the light.
I'm still going to be eating this by the time we get back from the next break.
All right. Well, Hillsong Megachurch Exposed is available again on Discovery Plus. We'll be right back.
Yes, we will.
Here we'll still be eating ice cream.
Yep.
Now I have ice cream.
Yep. You couldn't resist.
It's weird how that works.
I got a text message saying I need to stop eating the ice cream.
From who?
I'm not going to name names.
From your boss?
I'm not going to name names.
She loves when we eat on air. Welcome back, everybody. There's a local thrift store that specializes in designer clothes.
Yeah, from shoes to handbags. Opitz has it all. Recently, Kendall, yes, Kendall, visited the outlet to see what they have.
I was going to shoot this really nice intro, but then I got distracted by all the clothes on this rack. This is not in my size. This is not also in my size, but it's Halston, and it's 70% off. So a lot of you message me and ask me about where I get all my clothes. I'm really big into discount, into any kind of vintage, consignment. This, though, specifically, is the gem of the Twin Cities when it comes to things like designer wardrobe for way less. And we're gonna show you all about it. And you were saying that you get people who you're like, they come in and you say, oh, I haven't seen you forever. And they've come off of a flight and they come here before they go to see their family members.
Absolutely. People love Opitz, and it's a generational thing. People come in and they say, oh, I grew up coming here with my mom, and now they're coming in with their own children.
Once you know, you know.
Once you know, you know. And that's the trick, is that a lot of people still don't know. People are driving past all the time and they'll stop and say, I've never stopped in here.
Yeah.
And amazed that they've
never done it.
Yeah.
I love the I think I put money in the swear jar now, right, Eric? Yeah. We have good American jeans here. I just brought up Jimmy Choo. I was just showing a Halston dress. I mean, there's just such a wide variety.
Yep.
That's amazing. And when you come in here, you're saying you never know what you're gonna get.
You don't, and that's what people say all the time. They say, you just never know. You have to stop in, because one day you might walk out saying, nothing today, but the next day you come in and you're like, wow, all new stuff, things you hadn't seen before, so you just never know.
You kind of have to have an idea of what you want when you come in, or would you say you just got to be an open mind?
You know, I think it's both. I think people come in with an idea, like we hear that all the time. I came in to get a pair of tennis shoes, and look, I'm leaving with 4 sweaters. You know?
And no tennis shoes.
No tennis shoes.
That's how I shop.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can come in with an idea, and I think most people that do come in with an idea, you can find it. We have, you know, t-shirts, tank tops, long sleeve, dress shirts, sweatshirts. I mean, anything that you want at one time, where some other stores might just have a season worth of stuff.
Right.
We pretty much carry stuff for all the seasons at some point.
But you guys are really known, people, the insiders know, the shoes, yes?
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna go see the shoes. Did someone say shoes? Okay, we ironically are in my size aisle. What a great idea. An insane amount of shoes here. You also said something 2 seconds ago I thought was really interesting. Not all shoes are sized how they think. Like what?
So all the shoes come to us sized as they were in a store, but sometimes things are sized incorrectly, and that's why they sat in another store and didn't sell there. So we often tell people, even if you're not a size, whatever, try it on. If you like it, try it on.
So what I'm learning today, everybody, don't have like an idea of what you exactly need when you come in and shop. Be open-minded and try on all the shoes, which I shall be doing right now.
You are so predictable.
I literally did try on shoes while Eric was filming all the extra footage. I was like, I actually do want to try those one. So Opitz,
Yes.
when we went in there and talked to Mary, who we were talking to, she actually told me this really sweet story because, and I thought, you have to share this. People come in there often and they really pride themselves on helping people out. Like, what are you looking for? Have you ever been here? And she said they do have a specific story about an older gentleman came in trying to find an outfit for his wife. She hadn't been out of the house in years. She was had Alzheimer's and so couldn't shop for herself. And just the experience of going through and helping him pick out this big moment, this big outfit that she deserved to feel so beautiful in for so much less, for something that all of us can afford. I just think that that's
a sweet story.
Right. It's really cool, and it's something that we can all know. I mean, it's brand new clothing. It's just 70% off because the man who started it has all the inside track. He knows the deal. You never know what you're going to get.
I was just telling you in the pre-show meeting, I need new clothing.
You do, and you should honestly go there.
I need new clothes. I looked in the closet today, trying to pick out an outfit for today, for this show specifically.
You look great.
Well, thank you. I mean, but it's like I've seen you all for 6, 7, 8 years in a row now. Time for an update, I think.
Seen all of you things in all this wardrobe.
Yeah, it's time for an update.
If you drive by the one in St. Louis Park, by the way, it's right off of Excelsior, right by the Trader Joe's. So you know what I mean if you've driven by it. For more information, go to opitzoutlet.com.
We'll be right back. I do need new clothes though. Yeah, I'm gonna be checking them out. 'Cause I need some new clothes.
Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, we have fun on Fridays. Welcome back. It's time for the world's shortest segment. That's right, that's it. Could the oldest ride at the Mall of America be changing? Now, before we show you the story, please keep in mind, it is April Fool's Day.
That is true, yeah. According to a video released by the mall, the log chute will be changing its name to the Kenny Loggins chute. They even created 80s-inspired outfits for Paul Bunyan and Babe the Blue Ox inside the ride, created by our friend Christopher Straub. Once again, we're pretty sure this one is an April Fool's Day, I think. Maybe.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Head to the mall.
Yeah, go to the mall, check it out.
Let us know.
We'll be right back.
Great outfit. Happy Friday!
How's the show only an hour? I feel like we can talk for another 3.
I thought you were going to say, like, I feel like I've been here for 6 hours already.
I can keep going. I'm hitting my stride now.
Setting a stride, people.
Yeah.
Hey, even though Jason is off, we still do this. The surprise goodbye.
Now, neither Kendall or I know what will happen here. Today, video you've got to see out of Florida of an unwanted house guest. Crews working to install windows in a new house discovered a 12-foot alligator. Are you kidding me? Hanging out inside. What? A construction worker did his best to wrangle the gator and get it outside. They believe the alligator entered through the laundry room, wandering through every room, causing $2,500 in damage. Luckily, they were able to get the gator out. Oh my gosh. Put it back in the wild. Are you kidding me?
Breaking
no, thank you.
And entering.
No, thank you.
Oh my gosh. Did you see the guy holding the camera? He was like, oh no, I'm gonna run away. That's how I would be.
By the way, Kendall finally tried the chocolate, and like I predicted,
it's the vote.
It's the winner. It was the winner.
Hey, Monday on the Jason Show, the ultimate food dishes here in the Twin Cities. Find out what one local food writer says are the dishes y'all have to try. We'll be here on Monday. Have a good weekend, everybody. We appreciate you. Go vote for the chocolate ice cream.
Yeah, absolutely. Go vote. Check out the women's Final Four tonight, too, while you're at it.